Hello again. I thought I'd do an ongoing little chat about the situation with the police and how they can actually manage things in an extremely unfair way. So the issue is about if you ever complain about the police, what happens? Well, you've actually got very, very little chance of getting any reasonable response because, first of all, you've got to get through to speak to someone, and then if you do get through, you get put through to the complaints department. It usually takes a few minutes before you go through all the recorded messages before you get through to the complaints department, and then they virtually never have anyone answers the phone. It's always a recorded message, so they say they'll contact you back. In my experience, they never do contact you back. So you then go through, call back again, and you get put through to the duty officer, they say. So the duty officer is not actually a police person at all. It's just basically another operator. And I'm sure their remit is to try and get people off the line. So I'm in Dorset, and for Dorset, the operators that answer these calls are in Winfrith, and that's for the whole of Dorset, the whole county of Dorset, which I don't know, that's a few million people. But the number of people answering the calls is, I think it's difficult to find out, but probably 2 or 3 for the whole of Dorset. And the waiting times to get to speak to them, they say there may be a long waiting time, and there certainly can be an extremely long waiting time. Today, when I tried to phone them, I was on the phone waiting, getting their recorded message, going on for 1 hour and 56 minutes before someone actually spoke to me. An hour and 56 minutes waiting for someone to speak to you. I don't think that's a very good service. And for most people, I know if I was phoning from home, after 1 hour, the telephone company puts a £10 charge on the call. And this basically makes it virtually impossible to make a reasonable call. And then the person at the other end of the line, what they do if they find they're getting into a corner and they're getting uncomfortable questions which they don't want to answer, is they say, I'm afraid I've got to terminate the call now because I need to answer other calls. So they don't actually answer your call if you've got a concern. They just basically, I think they're instructed how to get rid of calls, and they never actually pursue things. And I've been in a terrible situation with the police, as I've said in the other videos, that my life has been nearly ended because of the police action. And it's impossible to complain about the police. The only way I gather is to take the police to court. And so that is a judicial review of your case, which firstly that has to be made, I think, within 14 days or something like that. And then it takes 3 years probably before you go to court. And your chance of actually success in these situations is virtually zero because you're funding your own barristers and legal team, whereas the police have obviously got a limitless budget and they've got an infinite amount of resources, which is all publicly funded. So the chance of you getting a fair outcome is really effectively zero. So the police are above the law, and I think they use their powers inappropriately sometimes, and I've been on the receiving end of the police powers which have been inappropriately used. And my case is coming to appeal, and I've been in a bizarre situation with police using inappropriate actions to prosecute me for something which I certainly never did and didn't even exist. So I take it you can look at my other videos, but I'm going to end this one now.